Hey, how you doing? I'm Seth. We've got Ethan behind the camera. We're here today from Air Theater Designs. You're probably here because you want to do a little bit of this action, a bit of cutting the cord from cable TV or satellite TV in 2024. We're here to tell you why you might want to or why you might not want to. There's actually a number of cons to cutting cable. We want to make sure you all know about it for our clients and for other people. So let's get right into the pros and cons of getting rid of your cable. So a lot of these companies that do this, you got YouTube TV, you've got Hulu, you've got Fubo, you've got Sling. Those are the kind of the companies we'll keep in mind when we're first talking about this. So one of the pros of cutting the cord from cable 2024 is going to be, and this is why 99% of people investigate this, is streaming can be cheaper. As an example, so I just went on Cox Cable today, pretended I was going to be a new customer. Plans were anywhere from $61 to $153 a month for their various TV services, and you go from good, better, best, you get more channels, more packages, that sort of thing. I currently pay $71.99 a month through YouTube TV, so that's a lot cheaper. Now that $61 to $153.99, that also doesn't include taxes, and they whack you on those. It doesn't include if you've got multiple cable boxes, because they charge you a rental fee for each box. So that $153 can instantly turn into $240 a month for just cable, not internet, if you've got 6 TVs through the house. So that's definitely a pro of going streaming. Got a chance to save some bucks. Another pro of going these streaming solutions other than cable TV, or rather than cable TV, is cool factor. A lot of people know about picture-in-picture. Picture-in-picture used to be a big thing back in the day. You watch two things at once. Sony on one of their old XBR TVs from 30 years ago had where you could watch 9 things at once, even cooler. But that's really disappeared from most satellite boxes and cable providers. YouTube TV, I can go to it, hit 2 games. So when I was watching football games, college games, it's awesome, see them both. We got March Madness coming up, watch 2 games at once, it's a great thing. Don't have that capability, so that's definitely a cool thing that you can do with streaming that you can't do with cable. Another cool thing that you can do is you can watch from your phone or tablet. So if you're on vacation, hey, I want to watch some TV, bust out your phone or tablet, watch some TV. With most of these other services, you can't do that, or you have kind of an add-on package that you need to. So it's kind of odd, but the cable companies are so behind in this technology. I think they've just kind of been resting on their laurels and piles of cash all these years, hanging out, instead of innovating and figuring out some things that are more modern. But those are really 2 big pros of going streaming TV and the apps I talked about, YouTube TV, blah, 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 over cable. Now let's talk about some of the cons. And this is something that when I've looked at other reviews and see things online, a lot of people aren't talking about this. We've done about 7,500 jobs over the last 18 years. We deal with the public every single day. We're in people's homes every single day. So I think we've really got a gauge on what people like and what they don't when it comes to watching TV. And these are some cons that we see every day that, again, I just haven't seen announced out there. So let's go over a couple. One is you got no direct key access. So if you're lounging on the couch, you go, I want to go channel up, I want to go channel down, I want to go from channel 8 to channel 126. You got cable TV, you go 1, 2, 6. You're watching TV. You can't do that with these streaming services. So if I wanted to do that with YouTube TV, one is you can't. It's because it's impossible. But if I knew what channel 8 was, let's call it CBS, and if I knew what channel 126 was, let's say it's, I don't know, fishing channel, I'm making that up, the fishing channel, you would have to go into their list of programs, which actually isn't that intuitive, and there's about a 6 to 10 second black screen every time you try to. You would have to navigate down pages and pages to get to 126, but you don't know what 126 is because there is no 126. You'd have to find fishing channel and then bring it up. That's kind of a bummer if you just want to sit there and lounge and go right to a particular channel. I was in a hotel a little while ago. I was lounging. I go, I want to watch some TV. So just by quickly channel scrolling, I brought up the, what was it? Lord of the Rings, first 3. We're playing in a marathon. The first 3, the good ones, not the second 3, the bad ones. Watch that. Watch some, what was it? Planet Earth 3 was on as well. Very cool. Oh, look at this I found. Found a fishing show, and I found something else I don't remember. But anyways, I was able to do that very easily. You can't really do that with these different streaming services. Another thing is not to be ageist, but I will, because I'm an old man and so I'm in this group. If you're 50 and older and you've used cable forever, used satellite forever, you're very comfortable with channel up, channel down, 1 through 9, 0, go to guide, go to what you want to do. I think a lot of younger people aren't as familiar with it because they never used it, don't know how easy it is to use. So you'll realize very quickly how it can be a bummer trying to find the channel you want with these different streaming services because they don't have that capability. The other thing is, we'll go to another con of using streaming services. Streaming services are not as reliable. So as an example, well, I'll put this. Your reliability, it's both the services themselves and the devices. So let's talk about the services themselves. Back a while ago, Amazon introduced Thursday Night Football. Hey, we got Thursday Night Football. So they threw on the Chargers and the Chiefs, and guess what happened? Now. Audio dropouts all game long, audio glitching all game long. There were thousands and thousands of complaints online. Service wasn't there yet. They weren't ready for prime time. Talking about football, DirecTV, they had busted out Sunday Ticket, and they go, hey, we're doing all streaming Sunday Ticket. And then that week, none of the 10 a.m. games played because service wasn't there yet. And we see this constantly. A couple of years ago, I was watching the national championship college games on, what did I use, Sling. And for no reason, it just decided to cut off the recording, go back to the very start, and it deleted the recording I already had. So I missed a bunch of the game. That was a service thing. It was Sling that did that. It wasn't the device going wacky. So you deal with issues with the services themselves, but then you deal with issues with streaming devices. So I'm going to take a Roku stick, little thing the size of your finger, you plug it into the TV. There's a Fire stick, and there's a bunch of other streaming devices. But I'll take the sticks particularly. They run very hot. They don't have any sort of heat sinks or any way to really dissipate that heat easily. So we see where the devices themselves frequently lock up. Lock up means you just get a black screen, you get a picture and no sound, you get where your various apps don't work, you get a spinning wheel. You don't see that as much with cable boxes or satellite boxes because where they do run warm, think of them more like a computer. They're really designed to dissipate some of that heat where you don't see it with these sticks. So it's another reason that the reliability isn't as good with streaming devices when you're watching TV or streaming services as compared to cable TV or satellite TV. Also, it's not as intuitive. It's another con of using streaming services for TV. It's not as intuitive and it's kind of clumsy. So if you wanted to do any sort of searching for a program, they don't have a typical guide that's intuitive. Like you just don't have a guide button you can push on a remote and hey, you got your guide. Depending on the service you're using, there's going to be some sort of menu that you'll eventually get to where you're either going horizontally or you're going over and down. A lot of them will go kind of by genre. So you're like, okay, I'm searching for this drama, or I'm searching for fishing or football, and it then populates it. And it's just when you use it and you're used to using cable, it's not as intuitive. Now, the clumsy side of things, so if I bring up a channel on YouTube TV, there's about a, let's call it 8 to 12 second black screen before that show comes up. So let's say if I wanted to do the kind of the channel surfing or go between various channels. You can't go from channel to channel. You would need to go out of it, 8 to 12 second black screen, navigate to where your guide is and then search by genre, go to that program, pick it, 8 to 12 second black screen, you have it again. Now if you want to go back and forth, there is no previous channel like you have with cable or satellite. So I need to go exit, go back out of it, go to that again, 8 to 12 second black screen. 8 to 12 second black screen doesn't sound like a long time until you see 8 to 12 second black screen 100 times. Like, man, this is kind of annoying. You can do a thing with picture-in-picture. I mentioned before, that's kind of cool. But when you go from one picture to the other, you'll have the 8 to 12 second black screen when you go back and forth. So it's kind of a workaround, but it's just not as good as you see with cable TV. So that's another thing to consider. One other thing is going to be with cable TV, and this is actually a pro for cable TV, you do have some more offerings a lot of people don't think about. So for example, a little while ago, I wanted to watch an old school gangster movie, Miller's Crossing. Hadn't seen it in 20 years, so all right, let me find Miller's Crossing. So on my Apple TV device, I went, navigated through, punched in Miller's Crossing, where can I see this thing? Couldn't see it for free on Apple TV Plus, couldn't see it for free on Netflix. I could buy it on Amazon, I could buy it on a bunch of other services. You know where it was free was actually if I had Spectrum as my provider for cable, I would have gotten Miller's Crossing for free. So with cable, you have a bunch of free programs also that you get to watch, you know, kind of like Amazon Prime. Another thing sometimes people talk about is commercials. Well, in the past, when you streamed stuff, it was almost all no commercials. Well, that's changing in 2024. So if you have Amazon, you may have just gotten notices, hey, we got commercials now. If you pay $2 more a month, we'll get rid of commercials. If you signed up for Peacock for the last playoff game, it's $5.99 with commercials, but it's $11.99 without. So I think we're kind of coming to a world where everything's going to have commercials. And that's, you know, if you're thinking of, hey, I'm going streaming because no commercials, well, that's sort of going away. So, but anyways, we wanted to hit on these pros and cons that you see with streaming TV services versus cable, because we get this question a lot. And what I would do is, if you're kind of on the fence and you've got cable TV, all these services have a 2-week to 30-day trial period. So you got cable TV, you're like, hey, I'm tired of this $240 a month. Try out YouTube TV. See what happens. Keep your cable, but try out YouTube and use it exclusively. If you use it exclusively for a week or two and you're like, this is great, well, then get rid of your cable. But if you try it for a week or two, what's up with this no direct key access? What's up with this 8 to 12 second black screen? Then you can get rid of it. It doesn't cost you anything, and stick with cable that you know you like. So anyways, that is our scoop. Please like and subscribe. And also, we have in our description on our videos links to our affiliate pages. Doing these videos is very expensive, and like Napoleon Dynamite, when he's working at the Chicken Ranch, his line, it's like $1 an hour. We actually make a lot less than $1 an hour doing this. So we'd like to make $1 an hour. That'd be pretty cool. If you click on those links, whatever you buy, socks, TVs, whatever, helps us out so we can continue doing these videos. Thanks again, and stay safe. We got the stay safe. Say that 5 times fast. We got the big storm coming. So long.